everybody, welcome back to this week's comic book review. Continuing along, Amazing Spider-Man 626. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys. First of all, Lady Scorpion. Lady Scorpion, and it's not even Gauntlet. If you look at the top corner, it's not even considered a Gauntlet part, because it has no Gauntlet on it, even though it's probably going to be considered a Gauntlet. Lady Scorpion, dear God, no. I guess it's because Scorpion is still Venom for the moment at least. But Lady Scorpion, anyway. The only point in here that I should make is Pete and his roommate, Michelle, finally make amends, so to speak, in a way. He apologizes for what happened, etc., etc. And they're kind of square, but they're kind of not, so either way, they're fine. And in the end, Kraven's family, I guess, enlists Lady Scorpion, and she'll be part of that whole Kraven thing. Be honest with you guys, I'm looking forward to next week's issue with Juggernaut. It looks really great. I can't wait. This issue, I would skip it. I really would. And if Kraven is as bad as the Gauntlet's been, because I feel like I'm wasting my money on these Spider-Man comics at this point, at least Amazing, and I'll explain why I say Amazing in a second, in a little while actually, but as far as Amazing goes, if the Kraven storyline sucks, I will be dropping Amazing Spider-Man. No question about it. Going to be dropping Amazing Spider-Man because I feel like I'm wasting my money. There's nothing really interesting. Like one good issue and then 4 crappy ones. It's a waste of my money. New Avengers, number 63. One more issue to go, guys. The issue takes place during the fight, the siege in Asgard, as well as there are flashbacks from... there are 3 flashbacks. There's a Luke Cage flashback, there's a Cap flashback, and there is a Ronin Bobby flashback. And at the end of this issue, the very end of this issue, Asgard goes down, and Bobby is, all you see is her hand underneath the rubble, and Ronin's going after her, and Thor is upset that Asgard goes down. I guess since Asgard went down in Siege 3, now in all the issues that involve Siege, that's Asgard going down. So, great issue, absolutely pick it up, enjoyed reading it. Nice little flashbacks, you know, the day or the night before the Siege of Asgard, to see what went on with everybody and what led into the Siege of Asgard. Okay, something that is a Siege tie-in, but has really nothing to do with Siege. Mighty Avengers 35, one more issue to go for Mighty Avengers as well. Basically, the Mighty Avengers are asked to join Captain America with the Siege. This is the part where it's tied into Siege. And Hank Pym and a few other people say no. And Ultron comes back and holy shit. And that's basically the entire issue, to be continued for next month. It's a nice issue for you guys. Like, I don't know Ultron personally. I've seen movies with him in it, the animated movies. I'm actually excited to see... I'm enjoying reading this to see Ultron actually in a actual storyline, just to see Ultron and everything like that. Great story. I would say absolutely pick it up. The Avengers titles, all 3 of them are going to be ending, and you're going to get, I believe, 3 new ones. Yeah, 3 new ones starting soon. And somebody dropped something. Nail polish. Your nail polish. Okay. Nail polish filler, guys. Anyway, absolutely pick this issue up. I'm enjoying all the... As a matter of fact, at least with the Siege tie-ins, all the Avenger titles are actually good right now. Okay, Thor 608. This is tied into Siege. You have the whole fight between Volstagg and basically... Yeah, I'll give you guys... Well, ooh, sorry. You can finish scanning now. Anyway, I'm just going to say this. The fight goes down as Volstagg runs out of the town, and it ends, but it ends in a really funny way. He gets crushed. Bottom panel. And once again, tied into Siege, Asgard falling down. That's how this issue ends, with Asgard falling down. One more issue tied into Siege to go. One more issue for Thor. Absolutely pick it up. Loving it. I love Volstagg. I'm enjoying the Thor series. Once again, thank you to Pete from Pete's Basement. Well, great guys. Like I said, guys, every week you should be checking them out just as much as you check me out. Great issue. Absolutely pick up Thor. Okay, now I left the best comics for last. 4 to be exact, right? Yes, 4. First, Superman Batman 70. Somebody tried to copy the Jim Lee covers of Superman and Batman and did an okay job. As you can see, Superman's face looks a little flat. Continuing on with the story from Crisis, not the Crisis, the Our World's at War. I almost said Crisis on Infinite Earths, don't know why. Our World's at War. The alien takes off into that ship that is in Earth's orbit. I'm giving you guys a spoiler for the ending, and the ship comes down towards Earth. Amber must have lost. And Superman is in his fortress, which isn't the Fortress of Solitude that you guys are used to. For those of you who were around in the early 2000s, the Fortress of Solitude was a little sphere which Superman walked into, and it had like an infinite amount of space. That's the fortress. That's the I would call it Fortress version 2.0 or something, or 3.0. Superman has had so many fortresses. The best ones, in my opinion, are the one that he has now, and the one he had back in the early and mid 90s. Best one. So Superman's there fighting that Agent X guy, and to be concluded next month. I love Superman Batman. Like I said, it's the only Batman title right now that has Bruce Wayne in it, and it's, once again, it's a great collaboration. It's Superman and Batman. Any Superman Batman fan is going to eat this title up. I enjoyed it. Absolutely pick it up, guys. Okay, now on to a title close to my heart. Finally, when I entire game. Congratulations. Now, for those of you who have been with me since my first episode, I've been doing New Krypton, and you guys know how upset I was at the entire thing going on with Superman, him being out of his titles, this whole bullshit of New Krypton. Finally, 21 comic reviews later, I can actually be enjoying Superman comics again. Superman 698. Okay, it is the third part to Brainiac and the Legion of Superheroes, and Last Stand on, as you can see at the top, Last Stand on New Krypton. Superman is Brainiac and Lex Luthor's prisoner, so to speak. Mon-El goes after Superman to save him. Mon-El breaks into Brainiac's ship. Superman breaks free. Lex Luthor runs, Brainiac fights, Mon-El shows up, and all I'm going to say is this. The last page leading into next week's Adventure Comics number 9 is this. Dual page splash. Superman and Mon-El kicking some ass on Brainiac's ship. And I have a feeling that Lex Luthor, I saw in the months to come a picture of Lex Luthor back in LexCorp. 2-1 Lex Luthor and Sam Lane, or General Lane for those of you who've been following Superman titles, have something going on, and he's going to basically he's going to clear the records of all of Lex Luthor's bad deeds and make him and he'll be able to be a tycoon again. I'm actually happy about that. I think I enjoyed Lex Luthor being the money-hungry tycoon back in the 90s, from 1986 all the way through to about 2000, until he became president and went completely bonkers. So there you go. So I wouldn't mind seeing LexCorp back, and I wouldn't mind seeing Lex Luthor's vendetta against Superman, the corrupt businessman. I enjoyed that. I'm sure others don't. They enjoyed the Lex Luthor before that. It's up to you guys. Absolutely would be picking this Superman. If you guys are Superman fans like me, this is like your sigh of relief. You get to see the Superman costume again after a year of shit. Finally. And this is like the closure to the shit. The ending of the shit. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. I'm sure a lot of you aren't agreeing with me saying the storyline sucks. But you know what? You got to think of the big picture. When this is over, New Krypton's gone, and the stories are just going to they're just going to go back to being Superman. And with that, I'm getting the finger. 2 comics left to go, guys. The 2 comic books, well, one comic of the week and one that could have made it to the week if it was a little bit better. Catch you guys in the last part.